Roaring Kitty is once again making waves, but there are three extremely important things that no one is talking about. In 2021, the stock price of GameStop skyrocketed almost 700% after focused intervention that I'll explain later. The frenzy stopped, but not for long. Earlier in June, it started surging again by as much as 75%. While this is incredible, one man is often credited as the catalyst behind these astonishing records. And in this video, we'll explore these three important investment strategies that are almost never discussed, but that you must know if you want to profit from this. Keith Gill, known as Roaring Kitty, I had to. He's a former financial analyst who played a significant role in the GameStop surge in late 2020 through his Reddit posts and YouTube channel. So what does he know that we don't? What strategies does he use to achieve such remarkable results? And what can we learn from them? We first need to understand his background. So who is Roaring Kitty? Keith Gill joined Twitter, now X, in 2014 under the handle Roaring Kitty, where he shared his approach to hunting stocks and pouncing on investment opportunities, as per his X bio. He noted that his insights were for educational purposes only. Now in 2015, Gill began posting on YouTube with the same handle, Roaring Kitty. He shared videos and live streams detailing his daily routine of tracking stocks and performing investment research, okay, also for educational purposes. And by 2019, he joined Reddit under the handle DFV, or Deep Value, and frequently posted in the Wall Street Bets community. But before becoming an internet sensation, Gill worked as a financial analyst and held various roles in the finance industry. So what made him popular? Keith Gill learned about investing and became convinced that GameStop stock was undervalued. He shared this belief on Twitter, now X, under his handle Roaring Kitty. Using these social networks, he spread his thoughts on GameStop, arguing it was undervalued. And in 2019, he bought $53,000 worth of that stock. As he continued to post about it, others joined in, leading to a rapid increase in the stock's price. When GameStop's stock price peaked at $483 a share in January of 21, Gill's investment was valued at around $48 million. 53,000 to 48 million. Think about that. Around that time, Gill resigned from MassMutual. Was this the right move? I'll explain in just a few moments. But the plot thickens, all right? Just throw in some flour on the gravy. In February of 21, Gill testified to Congress about his role in the GameStop stock saga, stating that he believed the stock was dramatically undervalued, despite being targeted by a class action lawsuit in federal court in Massachusetts, which accused him of causing huge losses for small investors and violating securities laws. The suit was dismissed. But first, what happened? A middle-class investment guy, Keith Gill, takes his life savings and invests it all into GameStop. He shares his conviction with the world on Reddit and makes a compelling video explaining his reasons. Gill's strong belief in the stock, it rubs off on others. I mean, the guy believed in it. So these others decide to invest as well, driving the stock price from around $20 to about $350 a share in a very short period. But several Wall Street hedge funds had bet against the stock by shorting it, basically expecting the price to go down. So if the stock didn't drop by a certain date, these funds would owe a ton of money. Historically, retail investors like you and me would lose interest and cash out within that period of time, causing the stock to drop and allowing Wall Street firms to make a massive profit. However, Keith didn't take profits on the way up, and he encouraged his followers to hold with diamond hands. Was this a smart move? We'll see in a moment. Stay with me here. It wasn't long until Wall Street firms started losing big amounts of money. Okay, we're talking billions. And high-powered individuals coordinated an offensive against retail investors, and that led to the suspension of GameStop trading and the main communication channels on Reddit. I believe the hope of doing this was to cause confusion and let greed kick in amongst the investors, leading them to sell out of fear of losing their money and thinking Roaring Kitty would cash out. But Roaring Kitty held his position. He lost his job and was investigated for manipulating the markets, but he was found innocent. The SEC, the same body attempting to shut down DeFi or decentralized finance, attacking cryptocurrencies, that same SEC concluded there was no wrongdoing that happened. Surprising to say the least, and we'll explain this shortly. Later, a lawsuit revealed that there was specific coordination and manipulation of the markets amongst Wall Street firms and Robinhood investments to cause GameStop to crash. No one was punished for this coordination, while many poor and middle class investors lost their money. To get all the juicy details and tea on this story, there's a really fun and fairly accurate history of what happened between 2019 and 21. Watch the movie Dumb Money if you want to have all the juicy details. That movie is the bomb. This, along with the 2008 financial crisis, profoundly impacted how I view financial markets, and it really did help shape my investment philosophy. Wall Street cheats. They get bailed out by the US government, and by default, they have access to resources that the average investor, people like you and I, that we don't. Now, let's look at what anyone can do to avoid falling into Wall Street's trap. Profit taking. If you're using money to make money, i.e. investing, it's critical to ensure you earn profits. For long-term investments in something like Bitcoin, you might choose to diamond hand, holding it through crashes because its growth significantly has gone up over time. However, if you're investing in a stock like GameStop or GME, based on fundamentals, but then all of a sudden it skyrockets into either protest or greed territory, you're not really investing at that point. You're either gambling or supporting a cause. Now, assuming you're not giving to charity or supporting a movement, you must secure your original investment back as soon as possible. More on this later. So Warren Buffett's #1 rule of investing is what? Don't lose money. So taking profits is essential to protect your initial investment. So you really have two options at this point. #1, you're trading and betting the stock will go up more so you can make money on that trade short term. Or 2, you're supporting a cause and not looking for any profits. Here's a general rule for profit taking that I use. #1, stay invested until the asset has doubled in price. #2, once it's doubled, pull out 100% of your original investment. That way, your initial is protected. You will not lose money. Or rather, any money you lose is gains. It's not the original investment. And #3, for every 25% in gain thereafter, take 10% in profits. This approach helps ensure you're not just sitting on potential gains without realizing them, making them real to you. As a bonus, for something like crypto, you can save your original capital to reinvest once the bull market is done and it goes to a bear market. When we don't follow these rules, we risk becoming dumb money because smart money is always taking profits. Think about it. The only way you can buy the stock is if someone else is selling it. Now, I respect Roaring Kitty immensely. His ability to hold his investment, 48 million or something, it's like crazy amounts with diamond hands, that was really admirable. But we need to talk about the people who ended up with negative balances from the last Wall Street bet surge because they held on the entire time. Diamond hands should be about holding on to your gains, not holding on so long that the pressure from the crash makes your hands into diamonds because you've lost everything. So are you investing or are you gambling? It's crucial to make this distinction and never confuse investments with charity. Likewise, don't expect charity to behave like an investment. You need to understand the difference between trading and investing. Trading is short-term, aiming for a quick ROI or return on your investment, while investing is long-term. When buying an overvalued stock like GME was, and again recently has been, you need to adopt a trader's mindset unless you're using your money as a protest or charity. Long-term investing in such cases, it's not an option because the stock price is at a level that's not sustainable. So unless you're trading, you're just guaranteed to lose money. So for example, during the Wall Street bets craze, I put some money into AMC. I didn't do it to make money. I did it because COVID hit theaters hard and I wanted to support AMC. I had diamond hands and I left a lot of money on the table, a lot. Why? Because my investment wasn't there to make money. It was about supporting a company that had given me countless hours of inspiration and entertainment in the hopes of it being around for future generations. The choice is yours. And the key is knowing what you are doing with your money before we take action. The need for DeFi. Lastly, and probably the most important, one of the biggest secrets I'm not hearing anyone talk about is the need for DeFi, or decentralized finance. DeFi would have prevented all the fraud that happened back in 21. The only reason trading could be frozen and forums shut down was because they are centralized. This means the flow of information runs through one channel or central organization. For example, most trading was going through Robinhood, which froze trading under pressure from the company they used to execute the trades. Reddit temporarily shut down the boards at the same time Robinhood froze trading. Think of it this way. When you buy something with your credit card, it's processed by Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, whoever it is you use. If the company that issued your card decides they don't want you to buy anything else, they alone have the power to deny your ability to purchase. We saw something really similar happen with Kanye West when his bank restricted him access to his funds because of stupid shit, controversial statements he made. I read an article in the Wall Street Journal a few days ago that said E-Trade is considering shutting down Roaring Kitty's account, canceling all his orders, and giving him his money back. These are all examples of CeFi, or centralized finance. DeFi, on the other hand, is decentralized finance. In DeFi, so many different computers run an autonomous network that it's virtually impossible to shut it down. This means Robinhood or E-Trade wouldn't be in control of your financial future. You are. Decentralized apps, or dApps, would have prevented the message boards from being frozen, and Roaring Kitty would have never lost communication with his community. Now, can you lose all your money in DeFi just like some people did in CeFi or central finance? Yes. Will some people? Yes. Well, will it make society stronger in the long run? I believe absolutely yes. Why? Because I believe we're meant to live a life of personal responsibility, a life where we own ourselves and our choices. When we give our power over to companies and organizations and governments, we're losing a part of ourselves, which I believe is leading to so much unrest and unhappiness in this world. DeFi right now is under attack, just like Bitcoin was 10 years ago. It's being painted as a system used by drug dealers and thugs and terrorists and bad guys, so that us good people are okay with our freedoms being taken away. Freedom to stand up for what we believe in. Freedom to invest how and when we choose. Freedom to make real choices, not just live a life under the illusion of choice. DeFi is key to a bright future of democracy, where someone like Roaring Kitty can invest $50,000 of his own money and share it with the world. Now, investors, be warned. This fight for DeFi is about more than just money. It's about our freedom. Also, it's crucial to understand all the aspects feeding into Roaring Kitty's GameStop trades and make a clear distinction between investing, trading, gambling, and protesting, or being a part of a movement. Don't confuse these. Enjoy the hype, okay? It's fun, but be cautious when engaging in risky situations like high volatile meme stocks. Most importantly, stick to your plan. If you're still watching this, here's a fist bump from me to you. Now remember to grab the link below for my Money in Crypto Masterclass. That's 100% free for a limited time. And please do smash that like, hit the subscribe, turn your notifications on. It truly helps the channel. And lastly, watch this video here next, and you keep living your life to the fullest. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.